because I just got to hurry up and get this done, and then so we can get back to politics. Hi everybody. Oh, there's people here. Hey everybody.
What's up,
I'm
everybody?
We came on earlier because we've got a long day planned, and if I don't do this now, I'm never gonna do it. But I had to do it. I had to do it now. So let's talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. We watched it last night. I said I was gonna keep watching it, but it was so much wrong.
I tried to watch it.
It was so much wrong. I don't know where to begin. This is Perrier water. Someone asked me that, and it's green, so I got my green screen on, so it just makes it translucent. I don't know where to begin, but let's get down to the basics. I want to start with the whole Brit storyline. Okay, last week Kenya posted the stuff she wasn't supposed to post it. Everybody said she was wrong. We said, Kenya's horrible. She shouldn't have did what she did. It carried on throughout the whole week. Kenya said, saying, they were using her for a storyline. That's what I'm supposed to pull up. And okay, I bared it through it because I was like, this is stupid. This is stupid. Because if they didn't want this to go down, then they shouldn't have aired the scenes. Okay, so we know that Bravo has a lot to do with this. According to Kenya, according to the rumors, it was given to her by a producer. All right, fine. We said that last week. This week was so outrageous, it wasn't even worth me watching. I'm mad at myself for watching it. Let's talk about how stupid Brit made herself look. Perry, do you have anything to say before I go off on my rant?
I know. I was just gonna say this though. Like, I tried to watch it. It was painful because, like, I expected more from Roa. And how long are we gonna keep pushing this Kenya thing down the road? She's no longer on the show. That's what you wanted. Fine, she's off. But these people coming on here now, they want to use it for their total storyline.
It's the storyline.
And cry out for sympathy for me. Look, I don't give a damn, right? You're on a reality show and you want to come and talk about everybody else. Let's talk about the real. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, right? You bring your ass on here. You want to go at somebody. When they tap back, boom, you got a problem, right? Now, this whole thing with Brit, she ain't gonna make Bravo no money. She gonna fizzle out this year on this show. Mm-hmm. People see what you are. You're a fake. And every chance you get, you have no other. You're supposed to have a man, a husband that's supposed to get married, remarried. But really, you got a pimp. Let's keep it real. Like, oh, well, I don't know what to do when my man's not around. Most HOs don't. Let's keep it real. Where's that now? And people want to come and act like, oh, well, that wasn't right. What can you do? No, it wasn't right.
But how long are we going to talk about it?
But what makes me mad when people pick a career choice and do something and make millions off doing it, then they want to act like, I didn't make my money on my back. I went to college and I got a PhD. No, your story don't go away. Your money ain't went away. The same funds you got under the sheets, on top of the dinner table, and all that. Let's keep it right where it's at. But people want to say, well, oh, that's not right. She was young when she did it. She did it.
She did it.
If you robbed the bank at 18, 19, you robbed the bank. Stop acting like, oh, no, that was in the past and I want to move on. No, you don't, because you're sitting there, keep talking about, oh, I can't believe what Kenya did to me. Won't you move on from that? Why you keep bringing back the memories for people like myself to realize how you really made your money?
Damn.
Because if you made it in an honest way, those photos, if you was graduating college and those photos of you graduating college, we'll look at it for that. but we seen where you made your money from. And then you want to go and scrub the internet and do all this after the point. But at the end of the day, I'm not knocking your hustle, but your hustle is what it is. But don't try to change the narrative now.
Damn.
I mean, because you wasn't too proud to do it. So don't be too proud to hear it. And you can have your pimp by your side because he's your backbone, apparently. So, I mean, let's just keep it right with that. And like I said, I'm not knocking your hustle, whatever. I mean, because people going to make their money trimming bushes, laying concrete, delivering mail. Some of them going to do it by, All right.
All right, Perry. I think you said enough. Let me reword what Perry's trying to say. He's trying to say that, okay, no one said what Kenya did was right, but now y'all going to turn this into your storyline. Last night, Brit, you said that this Kenya thing brought you and your sisters closer together.
Mm-hmm.
You said that you brought your mom down to talk about it, okay? Mm-hmm. You wanted to talk about it at the dinner. First of all, you show up to the dinner in a bra and a skirt. Reminding me of old times. You said that you scrubbed the internet and Kenya still found those photos. You said that this storyline affected your license.
Oh, hell no.
You are milking this for all that it's worth. You showed up in a bra and a skirt. Your boobs were hanging out, the little two pasties and the rest hanging out. Girl.
Sherelle.
Yeah.
She showed up ready to work.
Oh, Perry here. I mean, Freddie's here. Let me drop.
She showed up ready to work, and let's just keep it right where it's at. And
did you see what she was wearing? Her boobs were out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Y'all not faking me no more. Listen. There has been sex workers on Roa before. The very lovely, who I respect, and I made a deal. I wouldn't talk about her again. She was a big time one, allegedly, and I like her. We came to a truce. I'm not talking bad, but you're a terrible sex worker. First, you have to claim your trade. Stop lying. Mm-hmm. You're acting like Kenya made this up. She did not make it up. She did not make up the pictures. She didn't make up all of this. And then to lie and say that your license were in jeopardy because of this. Did you forget that Perry is a real estate agent and we both had to hold license? They do not care what you do in your bedroom.
Okay, but I'll tell you this though, right? And since it seems like she want to go on that narrative. Oh, my insurance license was in jeopardy. Well, insurance companies no longer insure high mileage vehicles. So if that's where it's at, that's where it's at. But look, if you was worried about the insurance, your ass would have been insuring. But your ass worried about everything else. And I don't really think that she even had this insurance agency and all that. It's just a ploy to say, this is where I make my money. It's like
no, remember, we looked it up. We looked it up. You forgot.
No. But, okay, I'm saying you can have something on paper. I can get a business license and say this. What I'm saying is most dealers on the block have a laundromat. They have an ice cream truck. I'm saying things to say that's where they make their money instead of telling people, yeah, I got that nice Benz because I'm dealing on the corner. No, they'll say from my laundromat, from my ice cream truck. And apparently she wants us to believe she got her money for selling insurance.
It's true. That is what they do. They use these things as a front, as a way to sort of launder their money and to sort of clean their money by putting it in, I guess, legitimate businesses or services that people can legally buy.
The closest thing she did with her business to it, as far as insurance, is have them wear a condom so they can ensure they don't catch nothing. Let's keep it real.
Freddie, before we Freddie, did you see what she wore to the dinner? She had like on a bra and a skirt.
I mean, I know. I think this was her way of advertising what her career is without putting a banner up or giving us the link to an OnlyFans or a site of
Okay,
some sort.
She did everything but like this and flashes. She should have did
Okay,
this.
let's calm down. Let's calm down. Let's get professional, okay? My main concern is, how long are we going to talk about this? Is Kenya going to be your storyline, Brit? You have to bring more to the table than Kenya. So Kenya's going around saying you guys are using her for a storyline. I tend to agree. Freddie, what are you thinking? Am I too hard on her?
No, you're not being too hard on her. And I mean, I saw what she was up to on Watch What Happens Live. I saw a couple of clips of that. I mean, what she's doing there, I can tell you exactly what she's doing. She knows the fans don't like her. She knows she's in a bad position. And whilst the network and the production company might like you, a lot of what they base these things on are the Q ratings. So how popular are you with members of the public and with Bravo's audience? And at the moment, she's not popular at all. So what she's doing to try and become more popular.
Do you think she was telling the truth when she said this?
No, this woman does not know how to tell the truth.
Can y'all hear me?
Maybe I got a delay because it sounded like you went out.
Something. It did. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I can hear you.
Nobody can hear me?
No, I can. Maybe I got a delay.
Okay. Freddie, do you believe that this affected her business, her license?
I mean, she can tell us this, but as far as I'm aware, she doesn't really have a legitimate insurance company for her license to be in jeopardy, as far as I'm concerned, allegedly.
And look,
I don't really see how. I mean, let's be honest. Is like your resident, like multi-millionaire, rich Atlanta person using her for insurance? In my personal opinion, I don't think so.
And let's keep it real too, right? How is this going to affect somebody's insurance license? Do you think when a person go and get life insurance, car insurance, they worrying about what the owner is wearing or not wearing and what the fuck they doing? You just want to get that like the insurance for whatever. You ain't worried about their personal life, the owner. So, it's affecting your reputation. That's the reputation you laid on.
What I think she's going to need to do is she might need to take an insurance policy on her life if her husband gets exposed with his real name and whatever outfit he's up to, allegedly.
You guys, me and Freddie have been looking just for a relative, any information on Michael Cunningham, and we all come up short. This is a fake storyline that Bravo took and ran with it because they don't want to pay Kenya Moore $1.5 million. Let's just call it what it is. This girl was known before the Housewives of Atlanta for being an escort, so Kenya didn't tell us anything we didn't know. We know she has an OnlyFans page. She claims she scrubbed the internet. You did scrub the internet after you Kenya showed the photos. So this is just a hot mess.
And the other thing, actually, is Brit, she's had her trolls out there, I've noticed as well, because she's been trying to sell us this narrative with her troll farms, bots, whatever you want to call them, that allegedly one of the videos that Kenya took a screenshot of was underage. Now, I can tell you that's a complete lie, because if that was the case, Kenya would be arrested, the network would get sued and under investigation. So we know that that's a complete lie.
And we don't have a problem with fake storylines like PK and that robbery, like Kyle buying back her stolen merchandise from the robbers. We just call it out when we see it. But on top of that, this storyline is not going to work because you cannot make Kenya your storyline. We want to know about Brit. We want to know.
Well, allegedly, Brit might be using Phaedra Parks as her next storyline, because I think Phaedra will be there for the last 3 episodes. Phaedra will be there for, and apparently there is some form of tensions. I don't know what those are quite yet, but that is what I've been hearing about. We'll see what that is. But I mean, Phaedra is a lot more liked at Bravo at the moment, and I think Phaedra's savvy with these things as well. So I'm going to be interested to see how that plays out.
And also, I'm just speaking my opinion. That's what y'all came for. Portia, we love you to death, but this is not going to work. And now you're trying to fall out with Shamia. That's not a good look too, because I like Shamia. Girl, you have to come with, there's no storylines on any of the people on the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Well, I think what's great with Shamia Morton, actually, why I like her, is she's bringing that wealth that we've been starved of for many seasons across the board on Housewives. You know, her husband is genuinely very rich and actually has a lot of money and has a legitimate business.
Go ahead.
So I think that is good, and Bravo know that. They know that fans have been upset that we've not had real money on the show for a while. So that they're going to be keeping her. And I think with Portia, she needs to be very careful, because she's going to be at a stage where she's not going to have any friends. You've got Team 12 not really liking you because you try to sort of, I don't know, join the Brit bandwagon of this sort of this underage stuff. And then, but then at the same time, you're also trying to say, but you're Kenya's friend and you're on her side. It's the most conflicting stuff. You don't get on with Shamir. And the thing is, with this new season, predominantly a lot of the new people are Shamir's friends. So whilst it might be Portia's show, Shamir is the glue of the group. She has brought a lot of those new people together. So that could be very tough for Portia next season.
But I don't want to see Portia and Shamia fall out. I'm not gonna watch if that happens, because they've been friends for so long. There's really nothing you can get upset with her about.
I think it's a jealousy. I think it's a whole jealousy thing. You know,
and that's not a good look.
She was going to go on this show. She'd have the $7.5 million mansion. She'd have Simon's supposed money. That's not quite turned out how she wanted. You've got Shamir, who's still rich, still living that same life, and Portia's sort of like, what the hell? This was sort of meant to be my type of storyline as well.
It's terrible. Perry, is Shamia arguing with Portia gonna last the whole season? Are people gonna turn on Portia?
They may turn on Portia because they'll realize how. Now, I love Portia, but you're showing a little jealousy here.
Yeah.
And people would turn on her for that fact. And Shamia don't want what Portia got. Portia's mad because she don't have what Shamia has. Right.
Right.
But Emmanuel says this. Sorry, guys. After last night, I can say I like Brit. And
Emmanuel. Okay, do you want to come up, Emmanuel?
I'm not surprised Emmanuel said that. Sometimes, as much as I like him, he does sometimes have some dodgy opinions on these.
As soon as that insurance agency agent showed up at that dinner with that skirt and bra on, ready to work, Emmanuel was ready to book an appointment. So that's why he said it. And he can come up and defend himself.
If you want to come up, Emmanuel, let us know, because that is so ridiculous. Brit has no storyline. All the lies that she told is not upholding. They're not even married. I want to go out and say that. Until I see a marriage license, you're not even married. So you think you can just dog Kenya out all season and then we're supposed to like you? No, girl, stop lying. Supposedly Kenya brought you and your sisters closer together. The sister that you said you didn't get along with last week. Like, stop lying. Everything about you is a lie. Start with the truth. Yes, back in the day, I used to escort. Back in the day, I used to use men for money. That's why I took them pictures. All up until 4 years ago, I had an active OnlyFans account. How about that? Tell the truth, Brit, and then we'll accept you. We like Diana. What was her name?
Jenkins.
We like Diana Jenkins. You know, she had a past. I love Diana. I'm not talking bad about her. I'm just saying that there were rumors when you came and we liked you anyway. Tell the truth, Brit, because you're looking like a big liar that's on. Okay, Emmanuel, do you want to come up?
But the only opportunity I see Brit having a real storyline is when her husband gets exposed and it's all over the press.
Mm-hmm.
Something is so shady. He wants to come up.
Well, no, he says this. She's very pretty. Ooh. And I kind of like her sassy attitude. Yeah, you like those whips she talked about, Emmanuel.
But I mean, most of these women have a sassy attitude. I mean, what? I mean, like, really? I mean, you could say Kenya and Portia. I'd say Shamir's got a bit of a sassy attitude. Like, I feel that's sort of like one of the key ingredients to be a housewife. I mean, that's like me saying a car has an engine. Like, every car has an engine.
I'm just mad at the season. It's not riveting television, which I thought it was going to be, because you have all the key players and it's just boring. Bravo, you guys got to start doing some re-editing, bringing in some new storylines. Stop talking about Kenya. We know she's gone.
I do know,
you cannot.
I do know that they will have done this, because apparently when Phaedra came in at the last minute, they did film a lot more extra scenes with her, maybe to make it come across that she did more than the last 3 episodes. We're going to have to wait and see how this plays out, but they've definitely did more filming after it wrapped because of Phaedra returning.
Now, let me say this before Emmanuel talks. We are all friends up here. We've known each other for a long time, and we know how to agree to disagree. So don't think we're jumping on Emmanuel. We love you, Emmanuel. But what the hell are
guys.
Hi.
What are you thinking?
I see what Emmanuel's seeing. So no, I'm not I mean, you know.
Wait, hold on. Emmanuel, before you start to defend Brit, didn't she show up in a bra and a skirt?
Yeah, but that's fashion.
Mm-hmm.
That's her style. That's that, you know, she looks good, so she can pull it off. Let me say this. I wasn't feeling Brit too much. I will admit that I think she was being a little extra when it came to Kenya at first. I don't think Kenya had an issue with her. I think that Brit wanted an issue. But what I think happened was Kenya took the bait. And when she went super low, that's why I was like, okay, no, like I can't. To be honest with you guys, I've never liked Kenya anyway. Although I did, you know, admit that Brittany's comments were wrong. So don't get me wrong. I'm never going to defend that pistol comment ever. But after last night's episode, you know what? I think I'm able to say I like Brit. I like Brit for.
Can you tell me her storyline?
Her storyline was that an OG came after her and lost her job. I mean, what better storyline than that, Sherelle? I mean, think about it.
You want to talk about this
storyline? That's all.
Listen, she's got to work with what with what was given to her, and because Kenya was not smart enough to think this through, I mean, you know, you got to do what you got to do, and I like her for a few reasons. Number one, like I said in my comment, the woman is gorgeous. I mean, her face card. I was watching her Watch What Happens Live, and I was like, wow, this might be one of the prettiest.
Emmanuel, you seem enamored. You like are more attracted to her than the storyline.
Well,
yeah, maybe it's actually replacing his favorite Phaedra, who he worships.
Emmanuel's he's coming across excited like a 16-year-old with a Playboy magazine.
Listen. Listen, we gotta have someone that we're looking forward to watching on the screen. You know what I'm saying? So I think she's really pretty, and I think that what she did, you guys, was what Kenya should have done. You see the way that Brit was up there crying, and you know, nobody should go through this. That's what Kenya should have done. She should have been pulling out the tears. She should have been saying, "I don't feel safe with Brit." She should have been bringing a security guard with her.
Yeah,
that would have been the right thing for Kenya to do.
It wouldn't, because what Brit did with that is exposed how fake she is, whereas Kenya was real.
But you know what? Brit's on the show.
Well, oh yeah. I mean, I see your point,
Brit
Manuel.
check.
Manuel saying that Brit cried out, "Oh, nobody should be treated like this. You know, how I made my money in the past should not be a topic. And I put a lot of years and hours on my back to earn what I have, and it should not be something that's held against me." It's not
All
held
right.
against you. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Because
Yeah, it's
you're
not
doing the
being
most.
held against you. It's just saying be straight up. If you got to fail in business, you got to fail in business. If that's how you made your money, that's how you made your money. Nobody's knocking that. But some kind of way, nobody likes a liar. And that's what you're coming across to be. Then you get some people in the chat will say, hey, guys, stop defending Kenya's actions. Nobody's defending her actions, her messiness. We talking about Brit's messiness. So this is no longer Kenya. They want to keep Kenya in it. So we don't talk about their shit. But go ahead.
Yeah, like how many weeks, Emmanuel, do you think we're going to put up with her talking about Kenya? It's over. Let it go. Do you think this can last an entire season?
No, maybe a few more episodes. I would say maybe 1 or 2 more episodes. I do know that we're then going to look at how her and Kelly had their falling out, which I think is interesting because they were
fell out?
Yeah, they were super close, right? Like you see how Kelly had this brunch for her. She went to her house. Something is going to happen between them because the day the episode aired last week when Kenya Salon and everything, Kelly went on Instagram and posted a quote saying, when you see why everybody hates the person you were defending, it's going to humble you. And she was saying that about Brit. So maybe it'll be interesting, like what happened between them.
So you're asking me to hold on. This will get better.
Yes. Hold on. I think it's going to get better. And I like Angela. Angela's interesting.
Is she?
I think so. She kind of reminds me a little of like a Sheree. You know what I'm saying?
And oh no.
Okay.
A
couple things. Who has the best storyline on the show for you, in your opinion?
I would say Shamia and Brit.
Well, okay, what's Brit's storyline?
The aftermath. I mean, think about it, you guys.
So you've been working with us for a long time, Emmanuel. You know the first thing we do is run background checks. How come I can't find a marriage license for Brit?
Oh, because she's not married.
Right.
How come I can't find anything on the husband? Like where he lived, where he used to live, what school he went to? Nothing.
Listen.
We think he's going under an alias, Emmanuel.
He's saying okay, so Emmanuel was saying she's not married.
Yeah.
So either that's her pimp or rent a man for the show. And then she came on because she know Kenya is not married. Oh, I'm married, showing off fake rings. Because who got a wedding band on that's not married? So basically, you saying her storyline is lying. She's a liar, right?
Her story, yes, okay. And that's why I didn't like her at first. You see what I'm saying? But then after this Kenya stuff, I'm like, okay, now I'm on board.
Emmanuel has a thing for liking the housewives with the fake storylines. He likes Dorit. He likes Melissa Gorga. There is a trend with Emmanuel's choice on these housewives, I'm afraid.
I love and respect Emmanuel. We've known him for a long time. You're okay with Brit not having a storyline? You just said yeah.
Well, I mean, it's giving us something to talk about, right?
Well, no, I mean, that's true. I mean, Emmanuel is like the drama of it all. And I get it. I mean, that's why most of us do watch it. But I hate when somebody come in and overdo it. Because really, I would think she would be more modest. If that's the kind of past she had, I would think she would come on quietly and be accepted. But no, she came on flashing, the pimp outside the door. Everywhere she go, pimp is there.
And I think it's ironic that Mike's surname is like Cunningham, spelled close to Cummingham. I mean, it's because we know she likes that. Okay,
everyone say we're going too hard on Brit in the chat, but somebody said it wasn't an engagement ring; it was a cocktail wedding.
But
Listen,
I
we're
think
not going in
Emmanuel
on
might
Brit.
not like Brit at the end of this season. And if the rumors are true that she's going to go for Phaedra and like try and have beef with her, I think
Emmanuel, you're
Emmanuel
gonna have to
won't
pick a
like Brit
side.
if that is true.
Listen, y'all know Phaedra is my queen, is my number one MVP, iconic. I'm always gonna be Team Phaedra, always. But I will say it's gonna be interesting starting tomorrow to see these videos that Kenya's gonna start making on her channel, because I think she could be heading towards a dangerous path where she might be saying a little too much. And
well, okay, let's say the rumors is true. Let's say that a producer told her that Brit had an OnlyFans page and she went over there and got the pics. She's gone. They fired her for it. She suffered the ultimate price. Why are they going to keep talking about it and dragging it out? What more can we add to the conversation? And what happens if Kenya tells the truth? And now she's going to be in a war with Bravo. That's more interesting than the show, because Freddie, would you tell the truth? Because when Bravo's done with you, they're done with you. So
yeah, I think so. I mean, she needs to earn the money. Look, she's got a business. She's a single parent. That ex-husband, Mark. I mean, I don't even know if she's divorced yet, but he's useless. I mean, it's not like he's
no.
anything.
But Freddie, remember what happened to Nene Leakes when she threatened to sue? If
Kenya but look at Nene though. She's in better graces with NBC. Allegedly, she's going to be on the next season of The Traitors, and that's going to be her sort of big comeback to sort of the whole NBC fold.
But look how long it took. If Kenya threatens to sue the network, that's going to be a big mess.
Right.
I mean, I understand how she feels. I get it. They keep talking about her. They won't shut up. But if you take on the network, I'm a little afraid, Kenya, that they'll try to blackmail you. And I'm Team Kenya, but I don't know if I would take on the network. Does anybody agree?
Well, I think the problem is that when you take on the network, it's sort of like a massive turn off to other networks, and they go, oh, well, if we have this situation, then we don't want to work with her. So it would mean that she could miss out on joining one of those rival networks for something else. And then what else is left? Zeus. But I mean, that's going bust, isn't it? I mean,
go ahead, Perry. What were you going to say?
Oh, no, I was going to say at this point, I don't think she's going to sue.
Okay.
Now, Kenya made the mistake by, going too low and giving them a reason to let her go. But I don't think she's going to sue. Just going through
what is she going to talk about in these videos?
Maybe she just might come and just say some things about Brit or whatnot, just to try to clear the air. That I mean, really, I don't know what she's going to say, but I will check it out. I don't know what the hell she's going to say.
Yeah. Kenya, please. I know you're angry. I get it. Did they do you wrong? They did, because if it was that serious, they wouldn't have aired it. Did someone tell you about her OnlyFans page? I believe that they did. You couldn't have walked in that room with those billboards and no one not know on the crew. So, but if you take on Bravo, go ahead.
Or maybe Kenya's going to expose Mike Cunningham's real identity or something. That would be good.
Hold on, Sherelle. Let me see something. Queen Lily says, I know what she looked like before the surgeries. Who, Lily? Look, what? You caught my attention. Who we talking about, Lily? Before the surgery. Go ahead.
Yeah, talking about Brit?
I don't know.
Think Brit had surgery?
Oh, yeah, I think it's very possible. I think most of them have. I mean, look, we know what Portia Williams looked like pre-surgery.
Watch your mouth now. Watch your mouth. Hold up.
That's true. Anyway, let's say what else, because I gotta hurry. What else happened on the show? Nothing. Let's see.
But can I just say one more thing about that? Just one last thing, one last point. I think the problem right now, and like I'm being really serious about this, is that I think Kenya is kind of surrounding herself around a lot of yes people right now, because look, for example, at Cynthia, who tried to tell her that she was wrong. Cynthia says that Kenya cut her off and she's not returning her calls or anything. I think that because Kenya is right now only with her fans and with people that are pretty much saying to her, you did nothing wrong. It's getting in the way of her judgment. I honestly think that if Kenya would have been remorseful and would have apologized, she probably could be back by the end of the season, maybe even the reunion. And going back to Brittany, one of the things I forgot to tell you guys, I really, really did appreciate her apology. I have never seen a housewife in any show that did a mistake apologize so much, you guys. Every scene she was in, she said, I'm sorry, I was wrong. I shouldn't. There was no excuse for what she said. And I think that's what Kenya should have done.
No.
Emmanuel, just because she
now,
said
now you're getting out of hand, Emmanuel.
I mean, do you actually believe it? Yeah, she did it for the show because she wanted to get people like you to say, "Oh, Brit was so sincere."
I agree with that.
I don't know.
She came back later and on Instagram and basically said, I think she was somewhere, I seen it, demanding, I might let this go if she humble herself and sat down and apologize to me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's how you saying it. If she really meant it, she'll say, hey, we both made a mistake. We should be two ladies and sit down and we can hash this out. She didn't say that.
Exactly.
She's still looking for this attention, but now she's outside the bedroom. She's out in public looking for attention.
And it is like, Brit, who are you? We don't know who you are. We know nothing about you. You have fake storylines. We can't find anything about your husband, and his business practices are questionable, allegedly. So it's like, come on, be real.
It's a renter man. Until we find a license, he's a renter man.
So it's like she's taking the Giselle Bryant route of the renter man. I don't know, but just like a worse level of it.
Okay, let's overall, Emmanuel, and then I'm going to stop talking to Emmanuel because I don't want people to think I'm beating up. With Kenya gone, will Roa survive without Kenya? Because these storylines are really weak. What do you think?
I think Roa can survive if we give it a chance. And I say that because, you guys, Kenya has been on the show for the past 3 seasons. And that's what we needed to reboot in the first place because it was boring as hell. So I don't like Kenya. Is she good for the show? Yes, I'll admit she's good for the show. But will I say it can't survive without Kenya? No, because you know what? The Real Housewives of Atlanta was the Real Housewives of Atlanta before Kenya, and it's going to be the Real Housewives of Atlanta after Kenya.
Hey, Sherelle, before Lily speak, Lily, can you please be nice to my girl?
I sure will. I sure will. Emmanuel, darling, have you not seen what Brit looked like before the face surgeries? Because I have. And I sent Perry the pictures as well. Baby, if you only depend on artificial beauty, you in trouble. Because beauty only goes so far. And it's not going very far with her because she looked like she's my age and I look younger than her.
First of all, Lily, you are beautiful. You really are.
Thank you, Queen. Thank you.
Men don't care if you buy it. They do not care.
But this is the thing, it's okay if you buy it, but don't sit there with your mother and say, Mommy, I've been telling you all my life this has been happening to me. Girls are jealous of me. Britt, I saw your face before the surgeries. They couldn't have been jealous of you back then because she was not attractive.
Perry, hurry up. Upload the pictures. Hurry up.
Perry, I sent them to you last week of what she actually looked like before the surgeries. The nose so big she can breathe for a whole family.
Was it the Brit Eady?
It's Brit. I sent you photos and a video about her.
Okay.
Perry, please pull it. Well, let's say this. Everybody who comes on TV after, I would say, a good 2-3 years, they don't look the same anymore. Look at Wendy Osifo. She is so beautiful now. Look at Nene Leakes.
But Wendy was attractive before then. Wendy wasn't unattractive. And I'm going to tell you, I like natural. If we don't go get nothing done, because my nose is a good size. But I don't get into digging in my face because what they don't realize, stuff start going wrong with that nose. Look at the Jacksons, what happened to their noses. You know what I mean? I'm not messing with my nose. But the thing is, Brit was not attractive. She wasn't ugly. She dressed nice, but she wasn't what she is today. So, Emmanuel, I'm going to have to check you, baby. Go do your
Melissa
research.
Gorga's a good example of where plastic surgery paid off.
Yeah, another thing, but Melissa wasn't, well, Melissa didn't look good. I ain't gonna lie. She didn't. You're right. I'm gonna stop that. Anyway, when they were sitting at that table, how she was talking to Angela, honey, that's who that girl is. See, she don't had all this work done, so a pretty face would fool you. I've been walking around with a pretty face since I came out of my mother's womb, and I know how to manipulate men if I needed to be. So
You're
a pretty
right.
face is very manipulating, Emmanuel. So you siding with Brit is the worst thing you could have done. Because the black and
Allegedly
brown
knows
people
how
are
to
not agreeing
manipulate
with
men as
you.
well with the legs.
Yes.
No,
So, Emmanuel, the black and brown people are not in agreement with you, my love. Beloved.
Lily, please stop. You were born with beauty. You don't understand how it is when you have to buy it.
No,
And
the thing is, it's nothing wrong with it. I'm going to tell you something. I always thought Whoopi Goldberg was beautiful to me.
okay, Lily, you
No,
need a
when
nap.
somebody inside is great, that makes them beautiful. To me, Brit is not beautiful sitting there with all that man-made beauty, because her insides are ugly. And her mother accepts her the way she behaved. Her mother was sitting there enabling her BS last night. She needs to tell her daughter she's wrong. You should not have done that. And what Kenya did, yes, it's wrong, but you should not have done it. And then there's videos out on YouTube, and I sent that to Perry too, the links of her in an interview on YouTube with a guy on his podcast saying she takes her pistol everywhere she goes. But she tell beloved Eddie last night.
Wait a minute. You heard this?
I heard it with my own ears from her mouth on the interview, and I sent Perry that link too.
Perry, find the link.
I'm trying.
It's in his DMs. Everything
I'm not that fast.
about.
I'm going through it now.
See, I sent him so much. That's why it's back behind. But she was in an interview. She told the guy, I take my pistol everywhere I go. The girl, I even sent Perry stuff about her being at a gas station here in Atlanta, and she pulled her pistol out. But I'm going to tell you what's happened. The same way she manipulating Emmanuel with that fake beauty, she did it to Andy. And a gay man loves an attractive black woman. So Andy sit there and got mesmerized off the artificial beauty, and she sit there and lied to him. I don't have a pistol. I'm going to tell you that. I know how that go. Her currency is her fake beauty.
But Lily, she did get a bit
truly
weird.
Have a brain.
He did get but she did get a bit weird when Andy asked about if it was in the car or something, and I was like, yeah, you might not have had it with you, but you probably had it in the glove box.
Now
We'll check your IG. I mean,
am overwhelmed.
It's an interview with a dude. She did more than one interview, y'all, talking about that pistol. But she sat there last night, and when I tell you that really irked my stomach, that girl sat there and lie and say to Andy she don't even have a pistol.
Oh my God!
I don't know why I said that. I don't know why I said that. And Kenya was showing photos of her looks before that, because you can kind of see through some of the blurriness. She had showed that as well. So Emmanuel, baby, I think you better go with the natural.
Hold on. Perry, where is it? Perry, where is it? I can't find it.
All reviews. Did you get it?
Oh, you sent to my email. Okay. No, I didn't. I was checking IG.
Okay,
oh
my bad.
God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. My hands are shaking, Lily.
When your
are
insides
you sure?
are ugly, you ugly. That's me. If your insides is ugly, you ugly to me. That's just me.
Thriller nice.
But I don't see a video. These are just pictures. Let me
put the pictures. I'm trying to send you the video now. I can't do it all.
That girl is dangerous.
You guys, do you guys realize what Lily is saying? Oh my, okay, this is before.
And it's coming from her mouth. That's what she looked like before.
She's still beautiful, Lily. Come on, Lily.
Go back to that.
You think she's ugly?
Before. She don't look
this
like what she
her
look
nose
like
is
now.
bigger.
She don't look like what she look like now. Now she's more attractive. She's more what's appealing to the Europeans now. That's what she is now.
Yeah.
She had a lot of work
sharpened her jaw as well. You can tell, with the plastic surgery.
Y'all are messy in the chat. Y'all stop.
The chin different, the nose different.
Yeah.
The skin tone is different.
Maybe it's the angle.
Perry, did you find the link that I sent you when she did the interview with the guy?
Well, I was just trying to send it. It was at the 327 mark, right?
Yeah, I put where is that when she said about the pistol in the interview. I put the mark exactly where she said.
Did you get it? Because I'm not
hold
savvy at
on.
all
Let me
that
see.
transferring, but I'm trying to get better at it. But see, people got to be careful when they get these nose jobs and stuff, because when your body is created, the nose help regulate your breathing.
Yes, it does.
And these people, like, if you got a bigger engine and you may need more oxygen and shit, when you start shrinking your nose, that you might have a
Hold on,
breathing issue.
Perry. Is this the hold
You
on?
got to
Is
go
this
to the
it?
3-something.
Lily?
327 mark. The
Go to
327
the
mark.
327 mark.
Because Lily send me stuff every day.
I only go to gas stations that have security there. I only go to the same gas station if I'm in the city.
Yeah.
And I keep my pistol with me always.
Oh my God.
Security that's at the gas
But she
station?
told
I only go to
Andy
gas stations that have security there. I only go to the same gas station if I'm in the city.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
every time. And
That was from the
Oh my goodness, y'all! This
that
girl
interview
is a
is on
liar.
YouTube.
Oh my gosh, she threatened Kenya. Oh my, she threatened Kenya because she carries a GUN wherever she goes. She lied to Andy Cohen. Oh my God, y'all!
Cancel
No,
Real
no, 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 no,
Housewives
no,
of
no.
Atlanta. Cancel Real Housewives of Atlanta. Boycott it. Because this ain't standing.
We're gonna have to, because listen, I'm trying to be fair here. We know she was an escort. It's a proven fact that
But
you were an
that's not the
escort.
only video of her saying it. I sent somebody posted on Facebook. I sent that to Perry too about her at a gas station pulling out her pistol.
Oh my God, you guys, we have to boycott Roa. Andy Cohen, you got lied to.
Boycott. I'm telling you, I'm not
We have
watching
to
the show
boycott
anymore.
because
I'm not
you
This
watching
is
lied.
the proof. It's the proof that she's
You
a liar.
went on national TV, Brit, and you lied. And they took that into consideration of why they got rid of Kenya. At the very least, both you and Kenya were wrong. You are dead ass wrong, and you are a liar, ma'am. And that troll farm that we heard that you hired is not going to protect you. Nobody watched Roa because Andy made the wrong decision. Kenya is going to stand up for herself, and she has every right to stand up for herself. Girl, you are a liar, and you came to dinner in a bra and a skirt and tried to act like you were never an escort. Stop it with your lies. Now, we love good storylines, we do. But we all, and we're not just doing you, Brit, every franchise that we watch, if we hear a storyline that doesn't make any sense, we call people out. We call PK out. We call Kyle out. And now we're calling you out, Britt. You're a bold-faced liar, ma'am.
And then Andy tried to clean it up. He tried to clean it up this morning. I seen something to where he came out. He's talking to Britt, and he said, "Dude, did you have a pistol?" And she said, "No, I shouldn't have said that. No, I didn't have a pistol." Then at the bottom, like somewhere it was in there where he said that they had investigated it and found out that she didn't. Well,
Perry,
if you investigated, why would you come back and ask her the question?
Perry, that all was last night on Watch What Happens Live.
Okay, yeah, okay, my bad.
And so she just lied to Andy Cohen, a bold-faced liar. We have to send this to Andy Cohen. I'm going to put it on my social media. I'm going to tag Andy Cohen. And then I'm going to go call production and say, this is going around the internet.
She got to go.
She got to go. She got to go.
I mean, and
It's
most
back to the streets for you, Brit.
If somebody threatened me with a pistol, I'm acting like Kenya. I'm getting away from you. All bets are off. And I'm going to go tell the people that are supposed to protect me.
And most insurance agents don't walk around with pistols, but a lot of escorts may.
Perry, the insurance license, it has been said allegedly that insurance license was canceled before she got on that show. So I don't know why she on there lying.
Oh my God.
Maybe that's why her family fell out with her, because they found it wasn't a legitimate business like she claimed it was.
Now I'm going to replay this for all of you guys in the chat that are saying. Go ahead.
Also, when it came out last year about what happened, another girl, her name is Eady on YouTube. She had photos of Brit Eady the same way Kenya had, and she showed them on YouTube. But you can't get them no more. That's the thing. You try to find them right now, it's scrubbed. But that girl, her name is E. She got a YouTube channel. She had the same stuff that Kenya had. Because she got it that same week that it came out last year. It's a lot of stuff. And I sent it to Perry, but it's so far back now. It's so far back. This girl is dangerous. Anybody that looked you in the face and lied the way she lied to Andy, I made up my mind then. Boycott. Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Listen, Cassandra, I know you're a huge believer that what Kenya did was wrong, and we all say what Kenya did was wrong. But if somebody threatens you with a pistol, I'm not going to stick around to find out if you're lying or telling the truth. And if you did, we can't have people on national television telling people I got my gat. You cannot do that. That's dangerous. Oh my gosh, this girl lied. She said that she didn't have a pistol, but then we hear her, and I'm going to play this again for people that just entered. She says, I take my pistol everywhere I go. And then that night, she said it was one in her car. Let's listen.
And who says pistol? Pistol so outdated.
I only go to the same gas station.
Says pistol. Child, that's an experienced person.
Danger.
Yeah.
Every time.
Let me rewind.
Always. Go to the same gas station. If I'm in the city.
Yeah.
So it's like every time. And I keep my pistol with me always. Always.
Security that's at the gas station?
I only go to gas stations that have security there. I only go to the same gas station if I'm in the city.
Yeah.
So now listen, we didn't heard her verify that twice. Now this is 4 times. And I'm not trying to be funny at this, so I'm really talking respectfully. A lot of women that are into the industry, the sex industry, this is a known fact. They carry protection on them wherever they go because it's a dangerous job. It's dangerous. And what's going to happen, Brit, when these clients start coming out saying that I was with her? That's what we're working on now. They're clients. Brit, you might have wrote a check you can't cash. And I understand you're very pretty and beautiful, but you're not innocent. You're not innocent in this. To threaten somebody, I take that serious. If anybody tells me, and I'm about to go to the car and get my GUN, I'm like, what? I take it seriously. I will report it to Bravo, like Kenya did. But Bravo didn't do anything about it.
Well, they didn't do their due diligence for investigating this properly.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me say this, then we're going to try to keep this fair across the board. I'm reading the chat. Okay. Somebody says, Kenya showed a GUN in the past seasons before. Then another person says, Kenya said she would bring the GUN for Phaedra. So did she actually have one? I don't know. I mean, what you guys think?
No, she actually had it. It was on camera.
Yeah, that's what I was going to bring up. I was going to ask Lily, because I don't condone what Brit is saying either. But if we're going to be fair, would you agree that what Kenya did by actually going into her closet, pulling it out, opening it up, showing it around to her friend Brandon and saying, oh, I might use it on Miss Faith or whatever she said, would you agree that was also equally wrong?
Well, let me say this before. Go ahead, Lily. I was going to say, no, go ahead, Lily. You first.
Okay, it's somewhat the same, but she didn't say it to Phaedra. Brit said it more than once to Kenya. And then she said, you gonna learn tonight. You gonna learn tonight. That's a threat there. You don't tell somebody you're gonna pull your pistol out on them several times and keep saying, you gonna learn tonight. This ain't Hollywood and all that. That is a threat. Stop playing in my face, y'all. That is a threat. And to tell Andy she didn't have no pistol, but you said it so many times. You had one. Because I guarantee if I said that a couple of times, I got one. And I plan on using it if you F with me. That's what that girl was saying to Kenya. Kenya didn't do nothing to her. Nothing. Even all the other ladies are saying that Kenya didn't do anything to get that reaction from Plastic. She didn't get anything from her to get that. Everybody said it. Portia and her and Portia cool. All the ladies have been saying that Kenya did not do anything for Brit to be saying, I got my pistol. Where's my husband? They said that she didn't do anything to get that reaction. It's that simple.
And I do agree with that. Just for the record, I do agree with that.
I say at the very least, Kenya and Brit and Andy need to do a sit down. He did an emergency interview. I believe it was for Teresa Giudice one time.
When she got out of prison, they did an exclusive with her.
And they did one with Nene, right? One time with Nene.
When did she? Maybe they could have done one.
And Robin Dixon after the cheating.
Oh, there you go. I think they need an emergency meeting because we're all invested now. The fans are invested. And we don't want to see anybody get the short end of the stick. They need to sit down, talk to each other, and let bygones be bygones and move forward because everybody was wrong. Everybody was wrong. But one person shouldn't take the blame. If I'm not playing with you, if you tell me you carry a pistol, that's a threat. And we're in an argument and you're talking all loud, walking out the door all mad. She wasn't calm. She wasn't joking. Kenya was joking. It was her and Brandon in a closet. And she wasn't saying this during a fight to anybody particularly. She was joking. They were laughing. But nobody should have a GUN. Period. That happened on Love after lockup, and they fired him because it was in his what do you call that when you go in the car? Glove compartment.
In the glove box.
Yeah. Y'all, this is taking on a serious. It's not jokey anymore. This is serious. When you walk around with weapons and threaten somebody with your weapon, it should not be allowed because when tragedies happen in this country, people always say, well, why didn't this happen? Or why didn't that happen? Why didn't Bravo do anything when she was saying she was going to use it the first time? If she hurt Kenya with that weapon, everybody would turn on Bravo and said, you knew, we all told you. She keeps saying she walked around with it. We can't joke when it comes to that. We just
Sherelle, you saw how she talked to Angela last night? That's pimp style. Go back and think about it. She said MF, how she got real aggressive and evil. That's who that girl is.
Now, we all know that she was in the SEX industry. Whether you're escorting, whether you're dating a guy for cash, when you sleep with somebody and you have that exchange, and I did see that video, that's called escorting, and you had an OnlyFans page where you did this. It's not like Kenya made these pictures up. They were out there. Should she have showed them? No, she should not have showed it. Don't anybody misunderstand what I'm saying. It's called Revenge P, and you can go to jail for it.
Or you know what? At the end of the day, I'm gonna say this, and I probably take it back in my Dr. Heavenly book. But maybe Kenya gave her free publicity because these pictures was out there anyway. Let's keep it real. Now, when you running a business, if you got an OnlyFans, you advertising to bring people in. Oh, okay, never mind. I'm gonna take it back.
No, we're being serious here. Like what Kenya did was serious. You should not have done that. But I feel like Bravo let it happen. There's just no way in hell. And I think this is what Kenya's gonna talk about. Why don't we reserve judgment until we hear Kenya? But we know for a fact that Brit is saying that she carries this weapon wherever she goes.
Yeah, and I'm going to be very interested to see if Bravo are going to acknowledge this past interview with Brit Eady. What are their thoughts on that? Had they seen it before that they fired Kenya Moore? Did they investigate that? Did they question her about this previous interview?
Now, somebody
Those are the
asked
questions I want answered.
And
did they do a fair and proper investigation?
There's no way they couldn't. When a fan like Lily can bring on the evidence, there's no way you did an investigation. Also, too, these pictures were on her OnlyFans site while she was filming. She did not scrub the internet before, like she's saying. This is how Kenya got the pictures. And somebody from Bravo told her this. I have a copy of the pictures. These pictures got all over the internet. And I think she actually forgot to scrub the internet before it came out who you were. Because when they introduce new people, the first thing people do is a background check.
But the problem is with things like OnlyFans, you know, even if you've scrubbed it, you know, it's always going to remain on X, or someone else is going to have a screenshot of it. So it's not really 100% gone. It is always somewhere.
Right. That's another thing, Brit. I mean, now you're saying you were underage when the pictures were taken, but you have to admit, a lot of people say you were in that business, and these pictures, no one broke into your house and stole these pictures. They were on the internet.
And Kenya would be in jail if they were illegal and underage pictures, and Bravo would be probably cautioned and under investigation for this.
And I question Bravo. You blurted out, so you knew it was wrong. You knew she had the pictures. Why didn't you just cut out the scene completely? Bravo? Why didn't you guys just cut it out?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you took this opportunity to fire Kenya because you don't want to pay her that $1.5 million. Let's just be real.
You right, real.
They don't want to pay it, so they got a chance because they're paying Portia over $1 million too. You got a chance to get rid of Kenya, which you have been doing for the last, I would say, 3 years. You've been getting rid of housewives that make a lot of money.
Okay, Sherelle, can I say this too? Because I'm reading the chat, so I'm trying to make sure we be fair. Paula says Kenya was wrong, point blank and simple.
Yeah.
There is no excuse for what she did. Kenya would not have let it go if it was done to her.
Right.
So, and I agree. Like, nobody's on the panel saying what Kenya did was right. But so now everybody quick to just judge Kenya, and we said, yeah, what she did was wrong. But nobody's addressing Brit to say what she did was wrong. It sounded like people defending Brit's behavior and coming down on Kenya for her wrongdoings. But go ahead.
I say at best, you guys, both parties were wrong. Both parties need to claim their wrongness, because I don't play around with people that carry pistols. Y'all remember I grew up in Detroit. I stopped no. Even if what, like there was I'll tell you guys a true story. There was my son played football, and one of the team came over, and they're all big, over 6 feet. They're football players. And I hugged one of the guys, and you know who it was, Perry, goodbye. And he had a GUN on the side of his hip. It freaked me out. He can't come back over to my house. What are you doing with the GUN? I don't play with that. Hey, Tulsa girl. Oh my God. Just speak. This is a mess. Just
listen here. I'm about to get straight down into it. What Brit did was very nefarious. It was wicked, and she knows she was wrong. A threat is a threat. And Kenya didn't go around there, like you said, pointing it to, gathering up people. I don't know. Brit Eady is trying to get, I don't know. She's trying to take Kim Zolciak's role with calling her husband and this, that, and the third. And I'm going to tell you like this, because I've been in the world. I'm an ex porn star, right? And when I was traveling from state to state, I would be armed because I'm a young lady. I'm out here. You don't know who's coming to see you. Now, when I did get nice clients, I was able to dress up and things like that. So my photos would sell more. I see that Brit Eady was out with Rick Ross. We know that he's about that money. So if you hang around the money, it's good for advertisement.
Also, don't forget when he was on house arrest, she was with him then.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But I feel like the network is definitely in trouble. You don't get the right to tell somebody how to act after someone threatens their life. I mean, she goes into panic mode. And as we've seen, Kenya has been going through these tumultuous relationship with these guys being violent and things like that. So I think it's a form of PTSD. And I don't think that anybody gets the right to tell her that you should be acting this way. That was
So
just the way that she
you just said you were in the business. You know when other people are in the business. Do you think Brit was in the business?
I feel that Brit was definitely in the business, allegedly. Just from the photos, and like I said, with surrounding yourself with certain people, it brings a different type of tax bracket. You know,
Yeah.
you become an elite working girl,
Yeah.
allegedly.
And they make a lot of money, Perry, enough to start their own businesses.
That's why I said I'm not knocking the game, but I'm just saying how you make your money. Don't be ashamed.
Y'all know, but listen, that's Rick Ross's ex-girlfriend. So let's get up into that. Hello? She dated Rick Ross, and I wish that she would let Nicki Minaj be Nicki Minaj. It's not working. And she messed up her face with those surgeries. She can barely talk. Her voice is so annoying. She can barely breathe. I know Shamil was talking about Angela's nose, but baby, it's her nose for me. She's so annoying. You get what I'm saying?
Everybody in the chat talking about her nose. Do y'all think she sounds funny? I don't hear it.
Queen is right. Queen Tulsa is right.
She do sound funny with like it's like damn, it's annoying. It sounds like she's talking through her nose because she's begging for air.
It gets worse when they get older. When you get those surgeries, and whoever did your nostrils, that's gonna get worse for her, y'all. That's why they have to go get more work done. You have to keep up the maintenance.
Yeah, because it'll fall. I feel bad.
It'll fall apart.
Well, the way that she talks, it just seems like she's pinching her nose like the whole time she's talking. Annoying.
That's exactly how it sounds.
Oh, I didn't know you were from Detroit. Wow, that's great. I love Detroit. Born in Detroit, lived in 7 Mile. I love Detroit. But you know, Donald Trump fixing it up is changing. It's starting to look like Vegas.
Well, he wants to turn it into the new place for manufacturing, doesn't he?
Well, he went. This is his first term. Donald Trump went in and bought up all of. Oh, I'm not supposed to say that name. Dang. Anyway, yeah, this is crazy. We
Justice for Kenya. Let's just say that. Let's boycott Roa, like Queen Lillian said. They did her wrong. And like I said, when it comes to the fact of somebody threatening you, you got to think about what would you do? Yeah, you have all the thoughts right now, but be in that situation. I mean, she has a daughter. She's on this, she's on this big show, and it's like I'm screaming out for help, and they're not doing nothing. So I say, go ahead and get your bag like Nene did, and go on off and be silent and do your own thing.
You think
Queen Tulsa, they wouldn't like me because I'm gonna tell you, I'm just like Kenya. I'm nice, I'm kind, I'm loving, and I love Jesus Christ. But I don't bother people. If you pick with me, I'm gonna go low. I'm being honest. I'm going under your shoes and push you down till you bust your head.
Really, you're saying you think Kenya should sue?
She should sue, but I'm saying, hey, don't bother her. Leave her alone. Kenya won't bother you. She needs to sue Bravo, and I will sue that little twig, that Twinkie, whatever you want to call her.
Because she wanted a moment and Kenya gave it to her. You wanted the spotlight, you want the camera in your face, maybe you got it. But then now she's going off on these press tours, and you can see that she does not have a good PR team, or she does not have an effective lawyer, because why even keep talking about this, right? Unless you have a lawyer present with you. But that's guilt. And she is ugly. When you are ugly on the inside, it shows on the outside. And see, they're fighting for camera time. See how old girl was coming for Portia and things like that. Like, girl, we got plenty of stars and plenty of girls with money that's not faking it. Hello, Shamia. Okay.
All right. I don't know about the suing part, but she needs to have a sit down with Andy Cohen and Brit, and they need to fix this. Andy jumped the gun. I understand why he jumped the gun, but now there's evidence out there, Andy, to prove that Kenya was not lying and that Brit is the kind of person that walks around with a weapon. That's crazy.
Let me ask y'all this. If this was done to a white woman, do y'all think that Brit would still be on that show?
I think they
No.
would have both been fired if it was on one of those
white person?
other shows.
I mean, anybody would have been fired. You can't walk around with a weapon. You just admitted it. Now you went on Andy Cohen, Watch What Happens Live, and you lied. I really do I believe that Andy Cohen doesn't know about this. I think he was looking at the paycheck that he was paying Kenya, and this is a great way to get rid of her because maybe they were going to get rid of her at the end of the season anyway. But
No,
now,
Sherelle. It was allegedly her pimp that made those negotiations. Her dumb ass did not get up in there and make no negotiations. Listen here, that dude that she's with, that's not her husband.
I was talking about
I'm talking about Brit.
Oh my
I'm
God.
back on Brit.
No,
I'm back.
Listen, Tulsa, me, Freddie, and Perry have been running background checks on Brit for 2 weeks straight. We can't find anything on that.
Not his name.
What do you think is going on, Tulsa? What is it?
Listen
That's
here.
not his name.
Allegedly, you can't go 50-50 with no hoe. Go ahead, Queen Lillian.
I was told that's not his name.
That's what you're told?
Because why you can't find nothing on him? Other people say they've been looking him up. Other YouTubers, they've been trying to find stuff on this man, can't find it. So allegedly, it just may not be his name. Let's say for Michael, you said Mike. For Lily, you said Lil or L, because that's, you know what I mean? It may not be his name, Sherelle.
There's no
It may
marriage
not.
license. Me and Freddie and Perry, we do thorough background checks on people.
And I've found 2 Mike Cunninghams who are Black Americans in Atlanta, but they're both professionals and look nothing like this Mike Cunningham.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, y'all. We got it. We had to do an investigation in the beginning on PK when we found out he was broke. Remember that, Freddie?
Yes, and all of his habits that he didn't like us talking about.
I know. Like, we do background checks on everybody, Britt. And I know you're going to watch this because you have these troll farms and you're real worried about your reputation. Explain to us why you just said in that video that you take your pistol everywhere you go, but you lied to Andy Cohen last night. Just explain that. Why is there a different answer than you gave other people?
Because she's a gutter snipe straight up out the hood. Okay, that's what it is.
And she read these comments because she been, I don't know if it's actually her or her troll form. She read these comments because I put a comment up the other day and I got a message popped up on my phone about my comment. Somebody's reporting comments about her.
Well, they're saying she hired a full-on troll farm to ruin Kenya's reputation. And if we can prove that, we need to prove that too. Because you might not like Kenya, but if somebody threatens you with a GUN, all bets are off. You go to the proper authorities and they tell you don't worry about it, but then they fire you for putting up pictures that you shouldn't have been putting up, but that you got on her OnlyFans page. Don't act like she broke into your house and stole these pictures. They were on OnlyFans. I got a copy of them. A lot of people have seen these pictures before you decided to scrub the internet. You forgot. Just say it. You forgot to scrub.
When are these housewives, though? When are they going to learn that you can't lie on these shows and get away with it? Bro, you know, all the American Housewives shows are now shown internationally, not just in America.
Right.
And they seem to fail to realize that the spams, us bloggers, we're switched on. We're looking into all of this. We're checking it. You know, it's not like the olden days where people didn't have access to this. People are a lot, you know, there's a lot more, you know, digital footprint nowadays than there used to be. So it's, you know, and look at people like Jen Shah, who tried to get away with lying, is in jail. Teresa and Joe Giudice went to jail for lying. You know, you're not going to be safe. Don't lie, because it will get exposed. It might not be next week. It might not be in 3 months, but it could be in 2 years.
Oh, I was getting ready to wrap up, but let's let AJ come. AJ! right.
I'm gonna drop down. Thank you, Sherelle. I'm gonna drop down. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Lily. Thank you for the
All right, Queen
evidence.
Lillian.
You welcome. Y'all have a beautiful day.
You take it.
AJ, I was about to wrap it up. So make this
AJ
quick.
got released from prison.
AJ, did you just see here the tape that Lily gave us in which Brit says she takes a pistol with her everywhere she goes?
Yes, I know. First of all, hi everyone. It's been ages.
Hey.
Hey there.
Hey. Oh my God. First of all, I think that the new Housewives of Atlanta is going to be a flop. I'm afraid. I'm not a big fan of it. And I'm not that big of a fan of Brit either, Brit Eady, but it just feels like they kind of lured like Portia back to build up Shamir or something. Because Shamir's the one with the most connections.
Yeah,
She's
but
the one
AJ, when they asked Portia to come back, she really thought that she would be able to film with Simon, or at least in the house. You know, he was serving them cease and desist a couple times. He said they couldn't use the house, they couldn't bring up his name. Like, Simon is the winner. He's the smartest of them all. He made sure that she didn't give them a good season. And you know,
absolutely.
he's not as dumb as we thought. Simon's kind of smart.
He is. And what I think's hilarious about Simon is, like, if you look at his Instagram, there's just no shits given. Like, just look how he looks so relaxed, and it's like,
and he knows what he's doing. He has the cigar.
I'm relaxed still. I'm in my jet, smoking my cigar in Dubai. Happy days.
Yeah, he's living his best life.
Simon ruined filming for Portia, but that doesn't take away the fact that they expected you to carry this season, Portia, and I don't know what you're gonna do.
Exactly. She hasn't got much of a storyline. Yeah. The show is more, I think, is building Shamir up. This is all about, I think she's the one that's going to be, I hate to say it, the queen bee of the show. That's who they're building up. And they've lured all these people. Everyone is connected to Shamir. And I think they kind of lured Portia back. I mean, they knew that she was going to bring the viewers, but they're not really that much bothered. And to be honest, I blame Lucifer. I blame Andy Cohen. This is all his fault. He is the one to blame. If anyone to blame for anything, it's him. I don't know if he's menopausal or he's having a breakdown.
Andy Cohen, Lucifer?
Yes. Yes, this man is demon. This is like, he is Satan at this point.
Portia knows
he's ruining everybody. Why? Like, he ruined that show. Let's be honest. He ruined the Real Housewives of Atlanta with all these shenanigans. I know Nene kind of sued him and Phaedra and all that, but they just jumped to the gun too quickly. This is what
I think needs to happen this year. They need to have a sit down with Kenya and Brit, talk it out, apologize to each other, and let's move on, because you're getting more talked about more for what's happening off the show than what's happening on the show.
Yes. But Sherelle, let's take it back to Breonna Taylor and how, they showed up when a Black woman was unalived. I mean, with this, when we talk about history, Portia was there and they were getting arrested and stuff. So for them to be at a point right now discussing a pow is just unbelievable to me. It's unacceptable. There should be non-negotiations. You went Waylon Beyov, you crossed the line and you can't come back from that. And when we talk about violence against Black women are the least protected. That's why I was saying, if y'all thought that it was a white woman, oh baby, Miss Thing would have been gone. And honey, it would have been no question about it. But because it's a Black woman, you are not protected in the workplace. And look, DEI, are they rolling with DEI? Did they remove the DEI protections at Bravo? We need to know. And if so, can you go and get everything that you got?
Yeah, this is explosive now. They got a big problem. You guys, I got to end this because I got somewhere to go. AJ, we'll be back next week, same time.
It stops here.
Can you DM me so I'll have your IG? Can you do that?
Yeah, of course. I've got your IG.
Come back. We'll come back, Tulsa. Come back, Emmanuel, Freddie, Perry. Child, we just did it again.
And before we close out, Brit Eady, close your legs to married men. I'm out.
Bye, Perry, take us out. You guys, you guys look, I gotta go, but I'll talk to y'all